Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here. Guess what? It's time for a Movie Phantom's horror review. Now, this week's double feature contains Final Destination 3 and I don't have it. Willow Creek. So let's get into this double feature. Kicking us off is Final Destination 3. We're a group. Okay, make sure I had the right one. I don't know what I thought it was. Anyways, Final Destination 3 starts off with a group of high school seniors. You know, getting to the end of the year, and they're having a big trip to a local. It looks like a carnival. I guess it's an amusement park, but dude, it looks like a carnival. Looks like some rinky-dink carnival came to town. But anyway, to have their, big senior blowout bash or whatever. And we all know how Final Destination works. A main character will have a premonition of an upcoming tragedy. She will freak out. A lot of people will avoid the tragedy. Said tragedy will happen, but then, as time goes on, they will be picked off one by one by death's design. The tragedy in this one is the roller coaster. And everybody gets on this roller coaster. She has the premonition, and she gets off along with other ones, and then, of course, the coaster goes and crashes. Right off the bat, I'll tell you right now, I really like this one. I'm a big fan of the Final Destination series in general. With the exception being Part 4, which was just entitled The Final Destination, I thought it sucked. I don't know why. Maybe I need to watch it again. Maybe I have my expectations. I don't know. But I just remember watching that thinking, God damn, this sucks. And shit all over it. 1, 2, and 5, I think, are just top. I mean, I consider them like in the top. Like, as far as like elite horror films go, I do put all three of those up there. I think they're just fucking awesome films. I really do. And don't get me wrong, I like 3. Now, I don't think 3 is that good. 3 is a very generic sequel. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. But it delivers what we want. Like, it literally is, like, in the vein of sequels. Like, with Final Destination movies, the first one you can always let slide, because it's like, the kid has a premonition, they all survive, well, they start getting picked off one by one, and he's putting the clues together. Him, like the audience, is trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and he's putting the clues together, and we discover it together. But by part 2, we as an audience, we know the rules, we know the game, we want to play. And with part 3, they just jump right into it. Like, literally, it's like, here's a little set, here's an introduction of each of the characters, here's the coaster crash, here's the coaster not crashing, but everybody gets off, then it crashes. And then we just had this quick scene where, and I forget the guy's name I forget the actor's name. He played Ian on Pretty Little Liars. He's the main guy in this one. But he goes up to the main girl, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Goes up to her, and he just lays it all out. Like, he just pretty much tells just quickly, 15-second spew of dialogue where it's just like, here are the rules of the Final Destination movies, and here's the research I did, and boom, we are all caught up now. And I like that. Like, I'm okay with that, because I feel like with a sequel, I don't want to see every movie where we're trying to rediscover the rules and try to figure out what's going on. Like, I just want to get right to it. Like, we know, let's do it. And they do it in this one, and I like it. The one thing they do add, that I guess it's freshness to the Final Destination series, but it is definitely something that's already been done before, was, because before it was all about finding clues, like trying to figure out, look for subtle clues around you to let you know what's going to happen next. Well, in this one, they used the photographs, because she was a part of the high school committee, yearbook committee or whatever, she's taking pictures. So, whenever she goes through all these pictures of the night she took, the big accident, you can see almost like the omens, or that's what I'm getting to, I guess. But you see I'll just use the omen. You see like the Dark Harbinger, the clue, the red herring, whatever you want to call it, not red herring, but you can see what is going to happen to him. A premonition, if you will. And they got that from the omen. Like in the omen, whenever the photographer would take pictures of certain people, you would see how they were going to die in the photographs, and then of course they would happen. And I hear some people complain about that. I'm cool with it. Like, I'm like, fuck it. If you're going to steal from the best. And once again, it fits the story. I mean, it doesn't feel out of place. It does feel like it fits the entire thing. Now, upon watching and don't get me wrong, I love the entire Final Destination franchise except for Part 4. But for the most part, I'm a big fan. But even as I'm watching it, am picking out little holes. And one hole I found in this one right off the bat was, and I just realized that this past week when I watched it. Okay, take a little trip with me real quick. And I won't give away too much because this is within that 10-year buffer. It's safe from spoiler, so I won't spoil it or anything like that. But early on, we get to we see the premonition, and in the premonition, was it Johnny Cheeks? Is that his name? Joey Cheeks? Johnny Cheeks? He's the sleazy, he's already graduated high school, but he's still hanging out the high schoolers just trying to get his dick wet. He's that guy. He has his video camera. Now, when they're on the coaster, when the attendant's walking by, he tells the main character in the back to put the camera up because, the camera could fall or whatever. Well, Mr. Cheeks, I think it's Johnny, Joey, I don't know, it's a Ramon name. Anyways, he hears it, and he covers up real quick when he walks by. Well, then when the attendant leaves, busts it back out. Now, during the coaster itself, he's videotaping the two really skanky-looking girls in front of him, and he's, filming that, and of course, when they're doing a loop, they smack it out of his hand. Now, it falls on the track. Now, at this point, there's already a brake malfunction or whatever, but then, of course, this hits, the camera gets hit by this, the coasters that come back through. Big spark, ignites, whatever, and that's when shit really gets fucked up on the thing. Now, my problem is, now granted, they've already established that there's a cut in the brake lines already, but when Mary Elizabeth has her premonition, and they all get off the coaster, including Mr. Cheeks with his camera, how does that happen then? Because if it's just a brake line malfunction, then really the only problem is going to be when it comes all the way back around, and it crashes, or keeps going without stopping. I don't know. But I feel like there wouldn't be a crash at all, because to me, what started that crash was that camera. And you take him and that camera out, no crash. Now, I'm not saying you wouldn't have a movie still. You would still have death just picking off a lot more people now. But it's like, I don't know, that kind of struck me as odd. If you guys have any information about this, I know, every time I do a Final Destination movie, I pick out something like this and we pick it apart. Help me again. If I'm missing something here, let me know. But to me, I feel like once Cheeks got off the fucking coaster with his camera, no crash. Or maybe it would have crashed later down, I don't know. But it wouldn't happen the way it showed there. So I just feel like they changed it all right there and it would have been a totally different movie. To me, and one thing I love about the Final Destination movies is always the setup to the deaths. Like, literally, and the best example in this one is when the two girls are going to the tanning booth. It's a ridiculous set of circumstances that happens. They place something here, and that affects this and that. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I'm sure you guys have seen it. But it's just crazy. Cause and effect kind of, domino effect, the butterfly effect. Everything's being affected by something or other, and I just love that. Like, it's just perfect. Most of them are pretty straightforward. There's no psych outs here. I know in the past ones, you've always had, where it was setting up one death. Like, you're just like, oh, this is what's going to happen, and then nothing happens. And then, over here, it got him anyways. There wasn't a whole lot of that in this one. The closest one you get, I guess, would be in the weight room. But even that one, I felt like you knew, even though you know it's going to happen, you just knew that was clearly a setup because, I don't know, I don't want to say too much, I won't give anything away. My favorite death would be the tanning bed, though. I think that was just brutal because you get these two girls who get completely naked in a tanning booth, and it's like, at first you're like, ooh, naked girls, but then you start watching, you're like, oh, wow, this is what's going to happen to them, and then it happens, and I'm like, to me, that's the most brutal way to go. Like, they're so vulnerable. They're naked. They are naked in a tanning booth that's fucking malfunctioning and shit. Being burned alive, fucking getting cut up by glass. And I'm just like, that is the most horrific way to go in this series right now. Brutal. Fucking brutal. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie. I really dug it. I think the character that stole the show was McKinley. The little goth guy who, him and his girlfriend, who initially are non-believers and something happens and he becomes a believer. But he's just so cynical, but I just love his attitude throughout. Like, I don't know. I really dug that character. I just thought that was a really great character. But no, overall, big thumbs up to the movie. I really dug it. once again, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give anything else away because this still falls under that 10-year banner that I always try to protect. I don't ever give any spoilers out beyond that 10-year mark. So, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, please check it out. Damn good stuff. If you're a fan of the Final Destination series, now if you're not a fan of the first movie, then I'm going to say completely skip this one then, because, I mean, it clearly would not be your kind of stuff. Like, you ain't going to watch part 1 and be like, well, this is complete shit. But let me watch part 3, because I'm sure, no, it's more the same. But yeah. And I like the fact that Tony Todd makes an appearance voice only. He's the voice of the demon, the devil. The roller coaster itself, you have this devil that's kind of, you know, this giant devil statue, and there's a voice coming out with, you know, come ride, you know, the hell coaster, or what the fuck it's called. Tony Todd. So he still makes his appearance in each movie, so I like that. I do like that. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about this. Fucking check it out. Now we move on to Willow Creek, where a boyfriend and girlfriend documentary team, I wouldn't call them documentary team, amateur documentary team. He's a documentarian almost, or he's amateur, and she's just kind of coming on for a ride, but basically looking for Bigfoot. And they're going to try to, I forget the name of the two guys, but the guys who filmed that footage in the 70s, the footage we've all seen of Bigfoot walking, they're going there to try to, you know, capture the footage or whatnot. Now this was written and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait, which I remember when I first found out this guy directed, I was shocked because I just remember his stand-up and what he in the Police Academy, I don't remember. Anyway, I just remember his voice was ridiculous. And I was honestly practicing my Bobcat to come in here and do it. I can't do voices, and I butchered it, and it'd just be horrible. But I just remember thinking, like, this guy writes and directs? Bullshit. And then I watched God Bless America, and I was like, holy shit, this guy can write and direct. And I was a big fan of, you know, God Bless America. Now, I know he's done other stuff, you know, before and since then. And I have, unfortunately, haven't had a chance to check them out yet. I do plan, they're on my, you know, movie list to check out. But this is his first horror movie, and that's why it literally made Liz. Like, I gotta watch it. And it's found footage, which I know that turns off a lot of people. I don't mind found footage. I actually like it. I think found footage, if it's done right, can be fucking great and scary. Unfortunately, it seems like everybody's doing found footage, and most of them aren't doing it right. They're just kind of throwing shit to camera. This movie, I don't want to attack the found footage because, in all honesty, I think this is probably the most realistic found footage as far as camera common sense. And what I mean by that is, like, I hate found footage movies. Okay, Cloverfield. I love Cloverfield. But the found footage in that, like, the footage shot is ridiculous. It's like, literally, he's filming, like, okay, like when the monster's terrorizing downtown or whatever. But we don't see it. We see glimpses of it, which, at first, I'm like, it's okay. If this was a legit, like, traditional style film, okay, I guess. But the guy has a camera, but what he does is he'll film for a split second, you'll see something, but then he like shoots over here and like starts shooting like the army guys shooting up at nothing. Or you're shooting the monster, but we're like, well, what are they shooting at? Like, shouldn't you be catching that? I'll go over here, oh, he just missed him again, that's crazy, but here they are, they're doing their job, they're, wait, what, oh, shit. It's like, come on, fucker, really? And you do that, they do that a lot, and that just bugs me, and I get it, like, in a traditional film, if you're trying to like hold, you know, like a Jaws, which I know that was a different story because it was mechanical reason, but either way, in most movies, you know, if you're trying to hold back the appearance of the monster, I get it. But found footage doesn't work that way because then you're like, well, why is this fucker, hey, why are they even carrying a camera around? And I get it, like, it's like, well, you know, Phantom, it's a found footage movie, you gotta have a camera, like, I get it, but have a reason for the fucking camera. Blair Witch Project, to me, was the best reason to have that camera because they're making a documentary. Guess what? Like, as shit's going wrong, you're like, well, why don't you just forget the documentary? But it's like her fragile psyche was crumbling. And that's the only thing she had to hang on to is that documentary, you know, that camera. So I let that slide. To me, it makes sense. Cloverfield made no sense. You had a camera starting off to film this dude's party or whatever. When a monster breaks through New York City and starts terrorizing, I'm getting rid of the camera. I'm done. Troll Hunters was another one that I thought was ridiculous. Like, yeah, they're making a documentary, but it's like, there's a scene literally where, and this is one of the, I would say, show less of the troll, because in this situation, see, in Cloverfield, they're far away. I will film a giant monster from back here, no problem. Like, there's a monster, shit, he's way over there, they'll fuck him, he's getting closer, let's go. In Troll Hunters, there's a scene where they're in a van or a Jeep, giant troll knocks shit around, He gets out of the camera, or out of the car, Jeep, whatever, with his camera and does a look up. Dude, there's a troll trying to kill you. Fucking run. Paranormal Activity 4 did a scene like that where she was on her laptop and she's Skyping with her boyfriend, which once again I'm okay with, but he hangs up. He's done for the evening. Guess what? When someone's done Skyping with you, you close the goddamn laptop, and when ghost shit happens, you go, holy shit, there's ghosts. She carries around the laptop awkwardly through the house. Nobody's on there. There's no boyfriend on there anymore, and there's still, it's just like, really? This is how we're going to use the found footage? This movie, it follows it pretty good. There is a reason to carry the found footage. However, and they went for realism. Like, that's another thing I hate is like in Diary of the Dead, the Romero. I'm talking about every movie but Willow Creek. I'm sorry, but it has to come out. Like in Diary of the Dead, they do this thing where like they'd be filming, and then they would turn the camera off, which okay, but they would turn it on like mid-zombie attack. So you'd literally go from like a scene where director, it's fucking zombie apocalypse and this is crazy and I don't know what's going on. Just turn the camera on. We're saving this battery. And, oh shit! It's zombies right there. You turn it back on. You're like, what? Why did you turn the camera on during an attack? That makes no fucking sense. In this movie, they go like, if this was like, if you were to actually find all these found footage movies, like you actually find the tapes or the files on the computer or whatever, they were all real. Most of them would seem like bullshit, but this is the one that actually seems realistic, but to a fault. There is a scene, and I'm not trying to give anything away, because this was 2013 when this came out. I think it was released 2014. No matter, it was recent. There's like a scene that is like over 20 minutes long, and I'm not exaggerating. It's over 20 minutes long. Like, this ain't me just like, it's 20 minutes, and it's like actually like 5. No. 20 fucking minutes long of, they're in a tent, they hear noises, and they wake up. And it's just 20 minutes of them talking. Very quietly. Like, I had to turn the shit up. And it's like, it was just really, it's a very bad scene. Like, to me, the movie was going pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the movie itself is very standard. Like, it brought nothing new to anything. Like, it didn't bring nothing new to Bigfoot movies. It didn't really bring anything new to found footage movies. It brought nothing new to the horror genre in a whole. But it was entertaining. Like, the first chunk of this movie, like, everything up until the 20-minute fucking scene was going pretty smoothly. It wasn't the greatest thing I ever saw, but it wasn't bad either. Like, I was entertained. And then we get to the scene, it kills the fucking movie. It's 20 minutes of them, like, what's that noise? I don't know what that noise is. It's probably nothing. Let's go back to bed. Oh shit, I heard it too. But for 20 minutes. I just gave you a brief rundown of the fucking scene. Stretch that out for 20 minutes. It's horrible. There's no real payoff either. And once again, I don't want to give anything away. And you're waiting for the jump scare, and you do get it, but it's like 18 minutes in, so you're just kind of like, fuck. That's the whole thing, you're just waiting for it. And then when it happens, it's like, oh shit, we're still going. Oh, we're still fucking shooting inside the tent. I feel like this movie was hitting every beat of Blair Witch Project. It starts off with just, they're going around town, talking to the locals, and then they're in the woods, they go camping the first night, shit goes bad. And then they try to get out. They're lost now. They start yelling at each other. And then finale. That was Willow Creek and Blair Witch Project. The ending wasn't too bad. They don't explain what it... And I don't want to say my theory on it because I don't want to give anything away. They don't necessarily explain shit. But you can, I feel like it's kind of left open to where you can kind of interpret however the fuck you want to interpret. And I have my own theories, I guess. But I don't want to say anything because once again, this is way too recent. This is not even No Says That. This is 2013. But overall, as I'm watching it, I'm like, don't fucking end it. Because once again, I watch. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Just type in Willow Creek full movie and it'll come up. But as I'm watching it, I wasn't paying attention to the time. Once again, the movie does go pretty good until that 20-minute mark. And as I'm watching the movie, we're getting close to the end. I didn't realize it was the end. I'm like, this better not be the ending. Don't fucking end your movie here. And then he ends the fucking movie here. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it had potential. I think the opening's good. It really went nowhere. And then, I mean, I guess it kind of goes somewhere, but it's disappointing. And I can't get over that 20-minute fucking scene. Like, I guess that's realistic. I mean, I guess if you're going through someone's footage of them, their lost trip on a camping whatever, there would be lots of fucking dead spots in your footage. I get that. Well, it doesn't translate well to film, I guess. And this proves it right here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm giving it like a. I mean, if you're a big fan of Bobcat, check it out. I guess it is different than what he normally does, but at the same time, I mean, it was cool to see him try something different. I mean, he jumped into horror. I always give people praise for that. Like I'm a horror guy, so clear. If you're gonna jump on my ship, hey, I'll accept you with open arms. Let's try a little better next time, I guess. But yeah, so overall, I mean, I'll give it one of these things. It's in here. It's not a complete thumbs up. It's not a complete thumbs down, but it is kind of teetering. It's teetering more toward down, I guess, if I had to be completely honest. But the 20 minutes thing, it really is just the most. It's grueling to watch because it's like nothing happens for 20 fucking minutes, except for noises. Ask for those noises for the same noises, aside from like animal noises, but like the rocks clanging or whatever, or the wood. Whatever. That was all from like Blair Witch Project. Like, I was just like, isn't this like the soundtrack from Blair Witch Project? Anyways, yeah. But acting's okay in it, I guess. I mean, it's not completely natural, but the characters aren't that likable either. Like, they're a couple, but right off the bat, they're kind of bickering. Like, not really hardcore bickering yet. But you're just like, fuck these people. Like, literally right off the bat, I'm just like, if Bigfoot shows up and kills them both, I don't think I'd give a shit. Like, I kind of like the characters from Blair Witch Project. People will complain if they're uber annoying or whatever, but I was like, they're likable. If these were real people, I'd hang out with them. I'd probably be their friend. I don't think I'd hang out the fucking Willow Creek people. Just saying. That's just my opinion. But so Final Destination 3, check it out if you haven't already. And then, of course, Willow Creek. If you've seen it, if your opinions are different, let me know. Let me know what you think about either one of these movies. Just drop that comment down below. Hit me up over on Facebook. I'm Trent Ramsey. You can just... Hey, Trent, Phantom, whatever you want to call me. I watched both movies. I agree. I disagree. Here's what I think. Either way, hit me up. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here.